What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button on the bottom. Today we're going to talk about how to stay consistent.
How do you do it?
It always seems like it's something that's trying to stop your forward motion whenever you're trying to reach a goal or get somewhere. So today we're going to talk about 3 ways to stay consistent, and no matter what you're doing, whether it's in the gym, whether it's something in your personal life, whether it's your work, your own business, whatever you're doing, whatever's going on in your life. We'll talk about different ways to stay consistent, how to stay consistent in whatever you're doing. The first thing that's going to keep you consistent always is having an end goal.
What is your plan?
So for me, I always like to set that end goal extremely high. So, something that's obviously obtainable, I guess depending on the person that you're asking, but something that's obtainable, in my mind, but would take, a long time to catch, like not something that I can do in, a month or 2 or 3 months, something that might take years to accomplish.
Are we there yet?
So, if like, I remember when I first started working out, taking weightlifting seriously, my older peers that I was working out with, they were hitting 4 plates on the bench. So, seeing that kind of stuff just routinely on a chest day, that's obviously going to motivate me to want to do the same thing, even when I was only hitting like 1 plate on the bench. That's something that I kind of like haven't necessarily taken that serious in the past years. It's always just something that's been in the back of my mind. Something that I started taking more serious recently, but, that's part of having a long-term goal, because, something that I always wanted to do. So I wasn't going to stop like going to the gym. Obviously I may not have been focusing on it, keying in on it like I should have been, but, it wasn't something that was going to stop me from working out, even if I wasn't putting the emphasis on the bench press. So something I've been doing lately, but, having those longer term goals are going to help you. They're always going to bring you back to, the starting point where you were trying to figure out why you even started, why you wanted to do certain things. So having those long-term goals, but also having those short-term goals in between there. So, like I said, if I'm trying to, have a goal of hitting 4 plates on the bench, in between that, I'm gonna have shorter goals. Obviously over time, 2 plates, 3 plates. Now we're working on, getting up to 4 plates. So, having those shorter term goals to kind of remind you of your long-term goals, kind of give you a sense of accomplishment when you're on the way up to your higher goals.
It's just one small step.
To me, certain things may not be, that much like a high goal, or something that like might not be obtainable to some people, but, to me, might be obtainable. So everybody's goals and, what you're going for, your long-term goals are going to be different depending on the person. So, don't let anybody try and tell you or divert you from where you want to go or what you want to be. That kind of came to your mind, specifically to you. So don't ever let somebody else tell you that, that your long-term goal isn't attainable, or, that's going to take a really long time. Like it might take me 3, 4, or 5 years, but at the end of that time, I'm going to reach and be at where I want to be at. So always have those long-term goals. Make sure you have those shorter term goals in between those long-term goals to keep you focused, to keep you realigned, to make sure that you're not diverting from the path that you want to be on. All right, the second thing that's going to keep you consistent might seem a little bit crazy. It's something that I definitely struggle with, whether it's, on social media accounts, adding more clients to my client list, trying to reach a certain goal in the gym. It's just not putting too much pressure on yourself.
You're putting too much pressure on yourself.
So, people say it all the time. You're not going to get it done in a week. You're not going to get it done in a month. So like you set kind of like a bar for yourself, kind of like I was talking about. And a lot of times you might have a setback or, something that's just out of your control that like just stops you from even being able to like, get to the gym or work on a side project that you're working on. And, it's frustrating.
Why does this keep happening to us?
But you have to realize that those things that are, getting in your way, they're roadblocks. They're meant to kind of give you a test. They're kind of meant to trying to see how bad you really want to get to that end goal.
Are you testing me?
Too much pressure on yourself to get to a certain place and at a certain time. Like, when I have consultations for training, I tell people all the time, like, people are like, oh, I want to lose 30, 40 pounds. I'm like, okay, that's perfectly fine. I mean, I think that's a great goal. You're trying to become a healthier person, trying to lose weight. You want to build on some muscle eventually, like perfect. I'm definitely down for that. But you also have to realize that, that 30, 40 pounds is not going to come off in 30 days. For some people, they might first month lose 10, 15 pounds. Some people might only lose 8 pounds. Like it just depends on the person. So you also have to realize that the bar that you're setting for yourself is based off of your standards, is based off of, your experiences, how far you think you could push yourself. So you can't look at the person next to you or somebody else doing something that's, similar to what you want to do and say like, well, it only took them that amount of time or it only took them this amount of time.
Why? What is taking so long?
And in reality, your path is different from everybody else. So that pressure that you feel or that pressure that you're putting on yourself, you want to try and remove that pressure off of you because, you're as long as you're going at it every single day and you're doing what you can to stay on that path, and every day, every week isn't going to be perfect. But as long as you're staying on that path, you're going to see progress and eventually you're going to learn from, those things, those roadblocks that kind of stop you from progressing. And that's only going to help you excel even more.
It makes you stronger.
So always remember when you're trying to reach a goal, do not put that much pressure on yourself. Like, it's okay to, want to strive and, go hard every day and stuff, which is, stuff that definitely that like, if you follow me on Instagram, see my stories and stuff. I mean, it's a lot of stuff I talk about is just going at it every day, just getting, 1% better every day. But, within that, that 1% is also measured respectively, like, how much did you sleep the night before? Did you get all your meals in? How heavy is your workload? Like how clear is your mental, space right now? So like all those things play into effect on how you're going to perform that day at that craft. So always remember, don't put too much pressure on yourself, but apply enough pressure to yourself to push yourself. Third thing that is going to help you with your consistency. I mean, obviously, it's easier said than done, but it's truly the biggest thing that's going to help you. It's literally just taking it one day at a time. I mean, there's only so much you can do in 24 hours, like I said. You're not going to get everything done every single day. But to maximize each day, it helps to schedule out your time. It helps to include travel time. It helps to include, putting in your meals. How long is it going to take you to eat? How many hours of sleep do I need to get? All of those things are going to help you stay consistent because you're scheduling out your time and you're always going to have time for that thing that you need to put time into.
There's always time.
So whether it's the gym, whether, you're prepping for a show, whether you're trying to get to a certain place in your company, if you have your time scheduled out, you'll always be able to work on that thing. So that is like the biggest thing of staying consistent is making sure that, you basically have time for it every single day and you're taking it one day at a time. Don't think about, I got this deadline due on Thursday and I got 5 things to do today. Just worry about the things that are happening today. Don't worry about the things that are happening on Thursday. Get all of those things that need to be done today. And then when you have that extra time, you can worry about those other things. But as far as making sure that you have it in your schedule every day, you just have to take it one day at a time. Like I said, it's easier said than done. I mean, people say that all the time. Like, I think it's kind of like a cliche kind of phrase, like just take one day at a time. But it's true. I mean, being present in the moment and taking it one day at a time is going to help you just overall. Because it's like you're not thinking about, I got the rest of the week to go. You're like, no, I'm here today. I'm going to make the best of it. I'm going to go hard for the rest of the day. And, I'm not going to let anything else distract me or stop me. Then you take a break, in the evening time, in the afternoon, take a rest, get some good sleep, and you go back at it again with that same mentality. Not allowing those external factors, to affect your present mood or, your energy or however you want to put it. Because those things will come from the outside and distract the inside. And whenever you get messed up internally, mentally, that's always going to throw off, your pace, your focus, and it's not going to allow you to put that energy, that full 110% energy into your craft that you could have, because now you're distracted. Now you're thinking of other things. Now you're thinking of stuff that has actually nothing to do with the current task. So always take it day to day and, put the proper time in the day for those things. If it's, something that you don't want to do or, a routine task that you just dread. schedule that into your day too, so you know when it's coming. So it's not a surprise or anything like that. You can mentally prepare for those things that you don't want to do. So that way you can keep your focus and energy on the things that you want to do, that you have to do, and of course, your craft. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit that subscribe button on the bottom. Also, if you have any questions or anything that you've been wondering since you've been watching my page, or maybe this is your first time here, make sure you drop a question in the comments section. Working on putting out a video maybe once a week, maybe once a month, answering any questions you guys have, any comments. So make sure you leave those in the comment section, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.